Welcome to episode 144, Spotlight, Privacy Impact Assessments, where we explore how organizations evaluate privacy risks before processing personal data. The PT-2 control ensures that privacy is not treated as an afterthought, but as an integral part of system design and policy decision-making. A privacy impact assessment, often shortened to PIA, analyzes how information is collected, stored, used, and shared. It identifies risks to individuals and society, then documents how those risks will be reduced to acceptable levels. Conducting these assessments builds public trust, satisfies regulatory expectations, and demonstrates that data protection principles are embedded from the start, not bolted on later. From there, mapping data flows, recipients, and retention timelines reveals where personal data travels and how long it remains. These diagrams or inventories show each system that touches the data, the direction of transfers, and the entities that receive it. Retention timelines define how long data is stored and under what conditions it will be deleted. For instance, a customer service system might retain chat transcripts for 1 year, after which records are anonymized. Mapping flows provides visibility, helping identify weak points or unnecessary collection. When data paths are transparent, privacy risks become tangible, traceable, and manageable. From there, the analysis turns outward to evaluate risks to individuals and, more broadly, to society. Risks may include identity theft, discrimination, reputational harm, or chilling effects on behavior when surveillance feels excessive. The assessment considers both likelihood and severity, recognizing that privacy harm extends beyond financial loss. For example, excessive profiling of user behavior could erode public trust even if no direct breach occurs. Framing risk in human terms reminds decision-makers that privacy is about dignity as well as regulation. Understanding these potential harms ensures that mitigation measures protect people, not just processes. Building on that empathy, the assessment explores minimization and proportionality, two principles central to responsible processing. Minimization means collecting only the data necessary for the intended purpose, while proportionality weighs whether the intrusion aligns with the benefit gained. For instance, requiring full identity verification for anonymous survey participation would be disproportionate. The assessment should document considered alternatives and why they were accepted or rejected. By analyzing options, such as anonymization, pseudonymization, or aggregation, organizations can often reduce privacy impact without losing functionality. Proportionality ensures that privacy loss is never greater than mission need. From there, the review evaluates the security measures that protect personal data throughout its life cycle. Strong technical and procedural safeguards, encryption, access controls, monitoring, and secure deletion translate privacy principles into operational defenses. The assessment should verify whether these measures meet regulatory standards and organizational policies. For example, personal identifiers in transit may require end-to-end encryption, while stored data demands separation of duties for administrative access. Security and privacy are interdependent. Weak protection turns every collection into potential exposure. By embedding these controls, organizations make privacy durable, not just aspirational. Building further, attention must be given to transfer mechanisms and cross-border safeguards. Global operations often require data to move across jurisdictions with differing privacy laws. The assessment must identify these transfers and confirm that lawful mechanisms, such as standard contractual clauses, adequacy decisions, or binding corporate rules, are in place. For example, exporting European personal data to a non-EU country requires specific agreements that guarantee equivalent protection. Documenting these safeguards prevents accidental violations of data export restrictions. Cross-border transparency ensures that privacy commitments hold firm no matter where data travels. From there, consultation strengthens both legitimacy and quality. Privacy impact assessments should include input from relevant stakeholders, privacy officers, legal counsel, security teams, and business owners. In some cases, consultation with regulators or affected communities may also be appropriate. These perspectives help identify blind spots and align interpretations of risk. For example, a privacy officer might highlight secondary uses of data that engineers overlooked, or community input might reveal cultural sensitivities around data handling. Consultation transforms assessment from a solitary task into a shared responsibility, enriching both insight and accountability. Building on participation, every privacy assessment must document its decisions, mitigations, and residual risks. Decisions summarize what will proceed as planned, what will change, and what compensating measures are in place. Residual risk captures what remains even after mitigations, acknowledged explicitly and accepted by management. For instance, encrypting a data set may mitigate exposure, but residual risk persists if keys are mismanaged. Recording these details creates transparency and traceability. It allows auditors, regulators, and stakeholders to see how privacy concerns were balanced against operational goals and what evidence supports those conclusions. From there, transparency extends to publishing summaries where appropriate. Public summaries or notices describe the nature of processing, safeguards implemented, and points of contact for inquiries. For example, a government agency conducting a new data matching program might publish a plain language summary explaining its purpose and privacy protections. While full technical details remain internal, openness fosters trust and demonstrates accountability. Sharing what can be shared shows confidence in the rigor of the process. Transparency does not weaken security. It strengthens legitimacy by showing that privacy decisions were thoughtful, not concealed. Building further, assessments must be revisited after material changes. Systems evolve, data grows, and new integrations introduce unforeseen risks. A PI conducted once and forgotten cannot reflect today's reality. Significant modifications, such as new data categories, processing purposes, or third-party connections, trigger reevaluation. For example, adding machine learning analytics to a customer data platform may require a new assessment due to expanded profiling. Periodic review ensures that privacy protections keep pace with operational and technological change. A living assessment remains accurate, relevant, and trustworthy over time. From there, retaining evidence versions, approvals, and consultation notes preserves the audit trail that makes privacy management defensible. Each version of the assessment should record who reviewed it, when it was approved, and what changes were made. Consultation notes document discussions, objections, and resolutions. For instance, version control might show that the data retention period was shortened following stakeholder feedback. Detailed records enable accountability and historical learning, allowing future projects to build on proven experience. Evidence transforms assessment from compliance paperwork into institutional memory. In closing, privacy impact assessments make data processing predictable and accountable. The PT-2 control demonstrates that privacy is best protected when assessed before action, not after consequence. By defining purpose, mapping flows, consulting stakeholders, and documenting decisions, organizations ensure that personal data use remains lawful, fair, and respectful. These assessments blend ethics with engineering, translating privacy from principle into process. When decisions are reasoned, recorded, and revisited, the result is not just compliance, but confidence, an assurance to individuals that their information is handled with care and transparency at every stage of its life. Thanks for listening. For more audio courses, daily newsletters, and more, please visit baremetalcyber.com.